Thank you. And now we're going to turn it back over to the room to Sam Anderson.
All right. Thank you, Colleen. I have the pleasure now of introducing Rich Carr, our mayor. Mayor Carr is a lifelong resident of the city of Maumee and a graduate of Maumee High School. He was first elected to Maumee City Council in 1989 and served as council president for 9 years prior to becoming mayor in 2012 and being reelected in 2016. He is also a partner at the law firm Miller, Hawk & Carr. He is a recipient of the Toledo Bars Association Award for Community Service and the Ohio Bars Association recognizing outstanding attorneys and judges in the state of Ohio. He is a past president of the Maumee Rotary, the Maumee Chamber, and St. Paul's Lutheran Church. Please welcome Mayor Carr.
Thank you. The year 2020 presented challenges for all of us, and the operation of the city of Maumee was no exception. George Bernard Shaw once wrote, "We are made wise not by the recollection of our past, but by the responsibility for our future." Today, I am not here to go through all the challenges we endured. Instead, I have a very positive message for our business community and our residents. We are in a very sound position. We met the challenges that were presented to us, and we are excited about the future of our city. We are working harder than ever before to make Maumee an even better place in which to live and work. And I think it's a pretty darn good place to live and work right now. The COVID-19 international pandemic did shut down many businesses in our city. That impacted our government. But we did what most of you, maybe all of you did. We reduced our spending. I honestly believe that throughout this pandemic that you did not recognize any reduction in our city services, and we did not increase taxes or create any new fees. Isn't that what we should all expect from all levels of government? I always address the financial status of our city first, because as mayor, I take it as extremely important obligation to operate our city in a fiscally responsible manner. This year, however, I want to first talk about what we are doing now in the city of Maumee to improve our city today and prepare for the future. After many months of doing everything possible to keep St. Luke's Hospital in our community, the St. Luke's Hospital Board of Trustees succeeded in welcoming McLaren Hospital to take over St. Luke's in 2020. McLaren is committed to investing over $110 million into our community, including many improvements to our hospital. This was an extremely important accomplishment for the city of Maumee. The Board of Trustees, chaired by Bill Carroll, deserves so much credit for keeping this hospital in Maumee. I can tell you that hospital was on the verge of shutting its doors. Instead, under the leadership of new President Jennifer Montgomery, we are going to witness an exciting new era for our community's hospital. In 2020, we opened a new 68-acre business development along the Anthony Wayne Trail called Sidecut Crossings. Toledo Clinic purchased 21 acres and has already submitted their plans, had them approved, and in just a few days will begin digging for a brand new cancer center and women's health center on only a portion of the land they purchased. This development will become a destination point for those who need this type of medical care. I truly believe that this development, this cancer center, women's health center, will generate many more businesses coming to the Sidecut Crossings area. ProMedica has already begun digging for a new emergency center at Sidecut Crossings. And Maumee's first ever assisted living facility is back under construction on that site and will be part of Maumee in 2021. As a result of how we negotiated the development agreement for the Sidecut Crossing properties, regardless who builds or what builds on that property, our Maumee City Schools will receive 100% of the property taxes to which they are entitled. And that is a very important accomplishment. To address this growth, it's important to understand that the 68 acres is between the Anthony Wayne Trail and Illinois Avenue. In 2022, we will resurface the entire Anthony Wayne Trail from the Toledo border to the Monclova Township border. In addition, we are working on landscaping plans, lighting for portions of the Anthony Wayne Trail to improve its appearance. And part of the resurfacing is going to include a 10-foot wide bicycle path that will run from the Toledo border all the way to Ford Street in Maumee. That is being paid for entirely by the state of Ohio. From there, Maumee will run that bike path down Ford Street to River Road, and from River Road to Sidecut Park. And we already have by Sidecut Park a path that will then take you into Monclova and to the shops at Fallen Timbers. And that's an exciting development for our city as well. This busy road dissects our city, and it's important for people going through Maumee to get a great impression of a community that is vibrant. These improvements, we believe, will also help the businesses at Golden Gate Shopping Center and the Parkway Plaza businesses as well. Construction is scheduled to begin in 2023 for the new Illinois Avenue interchange. This will help alleviate the congestion of traffic for our employees in the Arrowhead Park who get off at the Dussel Drive exit. It will help to create additional business for Sidecut Crossings as it begins to grow. It'll create new business opportunities all along Illinois Avenue, and it will be a direct destination point for the airport. Speaking of making a good impression, today I want to unveil a new design we will be asking council approve for all entrances to our city. This design highlights our Maumee River, which is an important part of our community's history. Just as you make improvements to your businesses and your home, a city also must update its look. And these are planned for 2021. And I think they will be a nice improvement to what we currently have. The heart of a small city should always be its main street. Our main street is Conant Street in Uptown Maumee, where our city all began. For years, that street has been a drive-through and not a destination. Its age shows. We are completing a study to determine if we can make changes to Uptown Maumee for it once again to become a very special place. One person wrote me asking, why do you bother? There's no place to shop there anyway. Well, first, I disagree. We have some great businesses on Conant Street right now. But the more important response is that we are studying to make these changes so that we're in a better position to attract new businesses and make our uptown a destination for businesses, shopping, dining activities, fun. Conant Street in Uptown Maumee is our community's main street. It should be a place for special events and a fun place to visit. We believe it once again can be. This diagram or drawing shows what we envision Conant Street to become. Our administrator is going to elaborate on that in just a few moments, explaining much of what our plan is and how it will be achieved. We can make our uptown a very special place with such features as a Dora, which I anticipate will be passed by council at our next council meeting. A community building with a fireplace and public restrooms, more outdoor dining, residential living opportunities, better lighting, much safer walking areas. This is a vision that we have for Conant Street. It would not be an immediate transformation. It would be made over a period of time operating within our budget. Another area of our city that demands our attention is the Lucas County Recreation Center property, and it's not being ignored. It needs to be improved. We have been working with the county, and they are cooperating with us to find a way to preserve parts of the existing facilities and fields, create new opportunities for single-family homes and condominiums. New housing would benefit both our senior residents and our Maumee City schools in many ways. A beautifully landscaped design with a mixed-use development that maintains a walking track and green spaces, as well as athletic facilities and fields, would also be much nicer for those residents who live in the immediate vicinity. Creating economic development at side cut crossings will provide much needed funding for our Maumee City Schools. Adding new housing will create an increased student population in our schools. We are committed to doing our part to work with our exceptional Maumee City Schools Superintendent Todd Kramer to strengthen our Maumee City Schools and make them even better as well. It can be done. Our city's plan is to greatly improve our uptown, greatly improve the Anthony Wayne Trail. By doing this, it will continue what's already being done in our city. And that is, if you drive through Maumee's residential neighborhoods right now, you see families who are improving their homes, improving their lawns, improving their landscaping. Our residents and our businesses take great pride in our city of Maumee, and we can facilitate that and help to expand that. A clean, safe city with excellent schools, with our Rolfe Park, which we made substantial improvements to over this past summer, Side Cut Park, and an improved uptown area will all bring more family events into our community. We also need to work with TARDA in 2021 to come up with a plan that better serves Maumee and better serves all of Northwest Ohio. Working with their general manager, Kim Dunham, I believe this can be done, and we are committed to working with them. The shops at Fallen Timbers have also been part of our plan for development, having approved changes to the zoning to allow some residential opportunities in the immediate vicinity. We believe that allow this area to have businesses other than retail, to have residential living, will make it succeed. There are great stores, great restaurants presently there now, but we believe that we can make this an even better destination. You will soon see construction of a brand new Speedway gas station out by the shops at Fallen Timbers, and also a Metastar medical facility will be breaking ground very soon. Arrowhead Park is such a very important part of Maumee. We are working with the Arrowhead Park Association to create new business economic development opportunities. We are committed to maintaining and improving this area. New businesses are coming into Arrowhead Park, and others are expanding based on decisions we're making to improve the zoning and finding ways for businesses to complement each other. We believe we can continue to strengthen Arrowhead Park, which is an important treasure not only for Maumee, but for all of Northwest Ohio. You'll soon see improvements out there, which include a brand new sports training facility on Dussel Drive, and other new developments as well on Dussel Drive in Maumee. I also want to mention that along Illinois Avenue, there's been much improvements being submitted already. Spartan Chemical, which has a beautiful facility there, is constructing a large new addition to that property, and that'll be done this year. In 2021, you'll also see 84 Lumber making improvements to their facility. We're continuing to work with the Maumee Stamping Authority on exciting new business development opportunities which will create good jobs. On Conant Street, north of the Anthony Wayne Trail, in 2021, already, we have told that you are going to see a new facility for the Jim White Auto Dealership, which is an exciting development for that area. You'll see a major expansion of the Kroger store, which is not even that old. You're going to see a Dunkin' Donuts, which is opening up. You're going to see a brand new third branch open up. And Burger King is going to be remodeling their facilities. These are just along Conant Street already what we're told is going to be done in 2021. Our city operates on income tax revenue. A lot of people don't understand that when we pay our property tax bills, only 3% of that money goes to the city of Maumee to operate our government. We don't pay for our police, our garbage collection, and all these services based on the property taxes the city receives. We do it based on income tax. That is why economic development is so crucial to maintaining services for our residents and keeping the income taxes the same. I hope I have conveyed my excitement for the city of Maumee today and for its future, for our residents, our businesses, our schools. To do this requires that we operate our city in a fiscally responsible manner. As I said at the onset, I take that responsibility extremely seriously. We have an obligation to every person who works in Maumee, who works hard every week and pays their income tax, to spend their money in a prudent manner. Our COVID financial challenges are not going away in 2021, as many businesses are still impacted. But because of what we've done over the past several years to operate our city responsibly, we are in a financial position where we will meet those challenges. I want to address 2020. Understanding it from 2000 to 2012, our city was operating at deficits in the millions of dollars each year in our operations fund. That's the fund that provides all the services for our residents and pays for our employees who provide those services. That fund was drastically reduced during that period. From 2016 to 2019, in that combined period, we operated that same fund at a surplus. We had turned the corner. Then came an international pandemic. We did not wait to see what would happen. We took immediate action. We could not have hope be our plan. Hope that we would receive state and federal money could not be our plan. In 2019, we had already initiated a plan to consolidate management positions to reduce expenses. We did it because it was the right thing to do, but it proved to be absolutely necessary in 2020 to address the challenges COVID presented. We hired a new city administrator, Patrick Birch, who brought in a wealth of experience, education, and drive. That move allowed us to consolidate a number of management positions, reducing our expenses by nearly $325,000. Through other decisions we made to address the anticipated COVID shortages, we reduced personnel expenses by nearly $1.2 million. In addition, we received $1,953,785 from the state and federal governments in COVID assistance. We also received an additional $200,000 from the county from a payment that they had not made in 2019. Through this, we were able to move some of our employees and service division employees into jobs where we could use COVID money, as it could not be used for their traditional jobs. The state money allowed us to do much more. As a result of these decisions, the over $2 million we received, while our year-end financials are not yet completed, I can tell you our city operated at a surplus in 2020. And I think that's an amazing accomplishment. I acknowledge we took some criticism for making some of the decisions that we did, but it put us in a position to make sure that we can continue to provide our services, pay our employees, and maintain the system, the facilities that you depend on in our community. It put us in a position to not only make our employees whole, but also to provide them with the bonus. Our service division, fire division, and police division unions agreed to make sacrifices. And when we received notice from the state of Ohio that we were going to receive a totally unexpected grant, I can tell you that in minutes, we made the decision that we would pay our employees back with a check for a lump sum for the entire amount of their raise they had foregone, and also to make a lump sum check for all of the reduction in pay they had agreed upon, and to give them a bonus for cooperating with us. It was the right thing to do. It enabled us at the time when we didn't know what was going to happen to make sure we operated our city in a financially responsible manner. It was correct for us to make sure our employees were made whole, and we did it while still operating under a surplus. In 2021, I can tell you in the next few weeks, we will be submitting to council another balanced budget. Because we made difficult decisions and received financial assistance, we did much better than we ever could have anticipated. These decisions are difficult, and they're often met with criticism, but it is an obligation to which we are trusted to make those decisions. I want to thank our council members, President Pauken, Brent Buer, Tracy Elmore, Scott Noonan, Tom Wagner, Gabe Barrow, Jim McDonald for their cooperation during this difficult time. Together, we move Maumee forward. By doing this, we also allows us to maintain our police division and the strength that it has been at. We will continue to provide school resource officers at the middle school and the high school, as well as our Safety City and DARE programs. These are important to the city of Maumee. We will not reduce our road patrols. We have not, we will not. Maintaining a safe city has to be a top priority. Recently, the city of Toledo increased their municipal income tax. Maumee has not increased their tax in over 50 years. Our proven commitment to economic development, combined with responsible spending, allows us to maintain a low income tax rate, which is important to those who live and work in Maumee. Bringing more jobs to Maumee keeps our income tax rate the lowest in the area. In closing, I will also acknowledge there's been some criticism over the Conant Street traffic study. Change is difficult. Just a few years ago, big box malls were the standard. Today is drastically different. More lanes of traffic have been the answer for years. And now studies have repeatedly shown that reducing traffic lanes creates more efficient travel. It allows expanded sidewalks for safer pedestrian traffic and more immediate parking opportunities, which is good for business. These traffic diets have been successful across the country. I believe we have a responsibility as elected officials to create a vision for our city's future. You cannot let certain areas of your city become extinct while building new areas. To that end, we are only in the beginning stages of the traffic study on Conant Street. We can and will address traffic light timing and signage, make changes to reduce traffic on other residential streets, implement many other changes, including those which have been suggested by our residents since the study began. A safe city, a clean city, a city with well-maintained streets, a city with excellent schools, a city where our residents take great pride in their homes, a city that operates in a fiscally responsible manner with the lowest taxes in the area and no garbage collection fees. That is our city. We are Maumee. With that, an important part of our community is our police division. And what we've seen over the last couple of years is how important it is for our police and our residents and our business to interact with each other. It's important not just for our community, but also for our police officers. At this time, I'm going to welcome our police chief, David Tullis, and Officer Wendy Newsom, who are going to talk about that importance from both sides. And then we will conclude with our administrator, Patrick Birch, going through some of the plans for the uptown.